Hi everyone. I'm going to talk about this type of tool, which is your pretty standard roughing gouge. People have them huge, different depths. But I think this can cut just as nice as the finish that your skew chisel can give. Now, I think some of that comes from its name. Obviously, we call it a roughing gouge, so you kind of think, well, it doesn't matter, I'll just dive this into the wood and tidy it up after. Well, yeah, you will have to tidy it up after if you just treat this like a tool that just gets stuck straight in the wood to turn things round, and then you'd move to other tools. Well, this piece of wood, it's nearly round, it's pretty much round, and I'm just going to show a couple of cuts with this, and I'm going to show you what the skew chisel is capable of. But then I'm also going to try and show you what this is capable of as well. And you don't have to treat this like a tool which gives ugly cuts. Alright, so let's just put the rest on there. I'm going to spin this up. Spinning pretty fast. So I'm just going to stick this in as if we were just trying to get this round. Alright? And these type of cuts is what I tend not to do. So the rough and gouge quite horizontal. And I'm not really bothered about attacking the wood. I say this all the time. People are just getting it as round as they want. And this is quite forgiving wood really, but you can see that the cuts here are not very neat at all. It'll get it round, but it's just messy. There's a little bit of still flat wood there. Let's get rid of that. So there we go, you see all the tear out we've got here. And it's round, and then, yeah, you could pick up your cue. Let's find this little one here. And as you expect, you could come across here and ride the bevel. And you've seen lots of videos on riding the bevel. The bevel obviously is that bit there, and you're resting on it. So I'm just totally resting on that, not cutting a thing, and then just turn the tool until you make contact. Look at how fine the shavings are. Really fine, really fine. And you get a finish which is beautifully smooth. And people talk about, you know, I can start sanding at 400 and things like that. It is, trust me, it's perfect. Well, we can do that with this. And what I sometimes call it, I call it 45-45, where I'll turn the roughing gouge to about 45 degrees to the lathe, but also down 45 degrees to horizontal, and it's approximately there. And what I'm trying to do obviously is I'm trying to get this bevel on there, whether it's 45-45 depends on your roughing gouge. But what I want to do is I want to get it in that sort of position, so you can see the bevel It's touching the wood. And as this is spinning, I want to get it so that it's just contacting with that edge. And I don't know if you can see those little shavings coming off, little curly shavings, which are getting sliced off. So the wood is hitting this cutting edge and it's riding along the cutting edge, so it's getting sliced. It's not getting scraped like that. There's a difference. Okay, so it's going like that and it's running down the blade edge. See what we can do. So that was skew chisel, used reasonably well, and that is a roughing gouge. And trust me, they are the same. And see what I can do with this, just with the roughing gouge. So bevel, bevel. Turn it in. Beautifully smooth. You can see maybe a bit of shine on that, I don't know. But that, you'd think, was done with, you know, maybe a spindle gouge or something and riding the bevel perfectly. Alright? There's obviously things you necessarily can't do with it. You wouldn't be, you know, turning beads, but you can do coves. And look at the type of shavings that are coming off. They're all curls. Look at that one there. See? Now you don't get that just by throwing the tool in. Now I'm going to show you the cuts on this up close. So I did this spinning top the wrong way around, so I've had to flip it around. But I don't know if you can shine on there. But that's without any sanding. Those marks there are just because I've had to switch it around in the truck. But all of that is done with a roughing gouge. Not bad. Roughing gouge. Not the best spinning top in the world. But the cuts are really nice. What a way. Is that cheating? Is that holding it up? There you go, look at that. That's pretty good. Next time you pick up the rough and gouge, you know, it's not the black sheep of the family. It can cut just as smooth as your skew has a good ball gouge right in the bevel or spindle gouge. You do lovely smooth cuts. So like I said, don't just hide in like that. 45 that way, 45 that way. And just feel it going, cutting the wood. And you take out big chunks of wood still, but you'll get lovely curly shavings. You know, it's got to be sharp. Again, it's just what I do. Thanks for watching, folks. You take care.
Are we right if our minds are tossing in the ocean there?